Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of Geek Life Presents Comic Corner. I am, as always, Steven. And I know what you're thinking. Why? Why did I really do this special edition? And quite frankly, it's because I know the three of you that watched the previous episode are curious as to what happened in Justice League Dark number 23. Well, wonder no further. When we got done with Justice League America number 7, Wonder Woman was holding the skull and a sword. And, things happen. What kind of things? Well, this issue starts off right where the last one left. And, we see Wonder Woman with the skull, the box, and everybody else is trying to get it away from her. So, basically everybody's fighting over Pandora's box. And then Shazam shows up. Yes, the dude that left the House of Mystery with John Constantine shows up. Where's John? Who knows? He's nowhere to be seen. But Shazam shows up and just hauls off and decks Wonder Woman, who goes flying, and the box leaves her hand. So Shazam picks it up, and he's like, yeah! And the next page, you see him, he's holding the box, and you got like this energy going out. And on the page, you see characters from different parts of the DC universe with this energy going around them. Like, one picture is of Swamp Thing. Another is of somebody else. And then you got Dead Man, who is part of Justice League Dark, with the energy just shooting out of his mouth. And then the next page, it has Shazam. His costume is turned black, and he's holding it, and he's got the red energy all around him. We then go back to focus on Dead Man and the House of Mystery. And Batman's like, hey man, what's going on? Are you okay? And Dead Man's like, this is what's going on. Wonder Woman had it, the box, and now Shazam has it, and shit's going down. But he also saw Xanadu, Madame Xanadu, which is at the very beginning. At the beginning of the issue, you see Madame Xanadu and whatever. So he's like, I know where Madame Xanadu is. And that brings us back to Argus headquarters, where, as we know from issue 7 of Justice League of America, Superman, Green Arrow, and the others are there. And it exploded because somebody put a device on Dr. Light. So the building has been decimated. And everybody's like, Amanda Waller, you bitch. This is all your fault! You're the reason this has been happening. And she's like, hey man, back up, bitches. You guys can fucking, yell at me later. But there's probably a shit ton of survivors under this rubble. So why don't you quit your babbling and fucking do what you're supposed to do as heroes and save some people? So everyone goes off in search of survivors in the rubble. Now back where Luther and everybody else is, we see that Pandora's box has an effect on almost everyone there. Well, actually, it does have an effect on everyone, but the three that seem least affected, at least at this time, were Pandora, Zatanna, and Stargirl. So Zatanna uses her magic and puts a protection spell on her, Stargirl, and Pandora. But the protection spell doesn't really work on Pandora and Stargirl all that well. So needless to say, Zatanna has to use more magic and get everybody away from the box. And then she grabs it. She grabs the box. And you know what happens? All these fucking people just keep fighting. Only this time they're trying to grab the box from Zatanna instead of Wonder Woman or Shazam. And, you know, stuff goes down, things happen. Zatanna loses the box. And you got, like, people diving for it, trying to get it. But John Constantine comes from nowhere, because that's how he is, and grabs the box. And he's standing with Zatanna, and he's like, you know, we should get out of here. So she transports them. And while John Constantine is thinking about going to London, they somehow end up at some Greek ruins. And while they're at the Greek ruins, you know, Zatanna senses magic there. Magic! A magic person that senses magic. Oh my god. Anyway, she senses magic. So, she fires off a spell to find out where it's from. She senses it coming from underneath their feet, underground. So, the spell is something like ground give way or some shit like that. And they end up falling through the ground into an underground bunker where Madame Xanadu is being held prisoner. Or so it seems. Actually, no, she is being held prisoner by... I can't remember the dude's name. Question mark, was it? I probably should have looked it up before doing this video, but... Anyway. They're like, oh my god, we're here to rescue you. And Madame Xanadu says, I can't remember what she says, but she tells them, you know, hey, this is more like a trap. And then the rest of the people from that were at the House of Mystery came, you know, Batman and Deadman and Catwoman and them. And that's when the big bad shows up and says, you know, hey, this is a door. No, I'm wrong. Madame Xanadu says, this is a doorway of some sort. And the bad guy says, yeah, you're fucking right, it is. And now it's time to open it. And the end shows him saying, and now it's time to open it. And then you got the little box on the thing saying Justice League number 23 ... the end. So now we wait for the next issue, part 6, the final part of the Trinity arc, which actually came out yesterday, because I'm recording this on Thursday. It came out Wednesday. I haven't read it yet, but I will. And the next Comic Corner, I'll of course do that, just so that we get the whole arc in. So I recommend this book. Now I know what you're thinking. Why? Why would we take and go read it? You've pretty much given away the whole fucking thing, and you don't even explain it well. And to that I say, I know, and forgive me for taking away from the experience. But if you go read it, you're gonna enjoy it regardless, because it's a great fucking book. And it has nice drawings, and there's some fucking panels that are just great that they should make posters of. I don't like Shazam. Of course, I don't like most people in the DC universe, as I say repeatedly. But even the page with him holding on to the skull, awesome. I would buy that poster. Probably wouldn't hang it up, but I would buy it. So please, go check out the Trinity War arc. I think you'll enjoy it. And let us know what you think in the comments. With that, I bid thee a fond farewell. Adieu.